Alex and welcome to Hey Little Thrifter. Today I'm going to be talking about my spring TBR. We are now officially in spring, which is really nice, although it's not feeling particularly spring-like here. It was actually snowing earlier. So I have 6 horror novels here. None of them are particularly spring-like in theme or anything, but they're just a handful of books that I would really like to get to at some point over the next few months. And first up we have Burnt Offerings by Robert Marasco. This was originally published in 1973 and this edition is a more recent reissue from Valancourt Books. This is about a family who want to escape New York for the summer and they find this really amazing house that they can get at a really great price. The only catch is that there's an elderly lady who still lives in the house and she stays in her room, and the family that are going to be renting the place just have to prepare her meals for her. But of course nothing is as simple as that. Strange things start to happen. I have seen the film adaptation of this some years ago and it's really great, and I'd been meaning to read the book ever since, so yeah, it's about time I finally picked this one up. Next up I have a couple of vintage horror novels by women, so hopefully they might be featured in my Nightmare Queens series. First up is Triad by Mary Leader, also coincidentally from 1973. And this is a ghost story, and honestly I don't know too much more about it. I didn't want to look too far into this one because I didn't want to get spoiled for it. It's one that I just randomly stumbled upon in a second-hand bookshop recently and it looked really interesting, so yeah, I'm really intrigued to check this one out. And next I have Somebody Come and Play by Clare McNally. This was originally published in 1987. And this one is a creepy children's story, I believe, and again I don't know too much more about it other than that. I'm happy to just go into this one not knowing much more than that. Another bit of 80s horror is Childmare by A.G. Scott, which is a pseudonym for Nick Sharman, and this one was originally published in 1981. And this is, I guess, another creepy children story. I guess there was a subconscious theme going on here, and I think this one is more like violent creepy children, so yeah, that sounds like a good time. And the next 2 books are some more recent releases. First up is Last Days by Adam Nevill. And I have only read one other Adam Nevill book, which was The House of Small Shadows, which was excellent. I really enjoyed that, and I've been meaning to read more of his work ever since and just haven't, so it's about time I pick another one of his books up. And Last Days is about a documentary, a film crew who are investigating a cult, and that just sounds like a wonderful combination. I've heard really good things about this one. It's supposed to be pretty creepy, so fingers crossed. And last up, I think it's finally time I jump aboard the Ania Ahlborn train. I have heard really great things about her work, but for whatever reason just haven't picked anything up by her yet. I think I first heard about her must be at least a year or 2 ago when Julie at A Girl in a Book talked about Brother, and I know she really loved that one and really recommended it, and yeah, that's the one that I'm going to check out. This is about a family of cannibals. I've heard really good things about this one, so I'm looking forward to checking it out and finally reading some Ania Ahlborn. So those were just a few horror novels that I would like to get to over the next few months. Let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know what you're looking forward to reading soon. Also, while I'm here, I thought I'd have a quick film chat with you, so stick around for that if you're interested. I recently watched Climax, the new film by Gaspar Noé. This just recently came out in cinemas, and yeah, highly recommend seeing it at the cinema if you're interested, because it is an experience in all capital letters. This is about a group of dancers. It's set in the 90s and they are having a party and someone has spiked the sangria with LSD and things get dark, brutal, extreme, horrifying. Yeah, it's an experience for sure. and the soundtrack is amazing, the visuals are incredible. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a horror film, but it does have some horror elements and there are definitely some horror influences, which is really interesting. If you're not familiar with Gaspar Noé, he is an art house director and all of his films are pretty bleak and brutal, and his most famous one is probably Irreversible. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that as a recommendation. It was a 5 out of 5 star film for me, and I know we're not very far into the year yet, but it was probably the best film I've seen this year so far. And also Us, the new film by Jordan Peele, is coming out soon, or it might even already be out. I'm hoping to see that very soon. He directed Get Out, which was fantastic, so very much looking forward to Us. And then next month in April we have the new film adaptation of Pet Sematary, which I am incredibly excited for. So yeah, lots of good stuff happening. Let me know if you've seen any great horror films recently, or if there are any that you are looking forward to, any new releases that are coming out later this year. I'm always interested to hear your recommendations. So that about wraps that up. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again in my next video. Bye!